playing an Eternal War mission today. The mission is Crusade. It's number 1 on the chart. We're playing on an Ash world again. It's remnants of an Imperial city and big dominating structure on the board here. It's quite a large footprint set, so that'll be obviously the building of note. There's quite a lot of objectives surrounding the building. We've got one here and another one just in front of the main doorway. There's another objective next to the Honoured Imperium, and one in the smaller building on this side of the table, just in the corner there. And the final objective, as there is 5, is just in the shadow of this structure here as well. So each objective is worth 3 points at the end of the game, and we've rolled up a Vanguard Strike deployment, so the Dark Angels will be deploying in this corner and Daemonkin will be in the opposite. And it is night on the first turn thanks to a Warlord trait, and Khorne have won the roll off to deploy first. It's 2,500 points of Dark Angels with Imperial Knight allies. We're using the Lion's Blade Strike Force and a allied detachment. So in the Demi Company, this has been led by the Company Master. He's got a Relic Blade, Artificer Armour and a Combi Plasma. And he's got a Storm Shield as well. That's just represented by the floating skull. An improvement on his Iron Halo, I think it is. So in the Demi Company, we've got 5 Assault Marines. There's 2 Flamers in there, and the Sergeant's a Veteran Sergeant. They have a dedicated Razorback. And there's a 10-man tactical squad on foot. There's a Heavy Bolter and a Plasma Gun in there. This one is basically the same, but there's no Heavy Bolter. They have a dedicated Rhino. The one behind them, there's one Melter Gun and a Combi Melter on the Sergeant, and they have a Drop Pod. So all of the tactical squads have a Melter Bomb for the Sergeant, just in case. There's a 10-man Devastator squad with 3 Plasma Cannons and a Veteran Sergeant. So in the Combined Arms Detachment, just to finish off the Lion's Blade, there's an Auxiliary Mandatory. So we've chosen just the 5 scouts. They've got everything that you see them with there. So in the troop section for the allied detachment, there's a basic tactical squad there with the las cannon. And for the elites, we have the Deathwing Knights, and they have a dedicated Crusader. So the HQ for that is the Chaplain. He's got the Power Fist, as you see. He's got the Shroud of Heroes, and he will probably, most likely, well he's going to be the Warlord. And we've got 2 Imperial Knights, so as you see, one's a Crusader and one's an Errant.
Here we have 2,500 points of World Leaders, and it's led by Zutha, who is a Forge World character. Zutha has a legendary fighter status, which allows him to claim 1 victory point for every kill he makes, enemy character he kills. Okay, now he's got 5 Terminators in his command. Terminators have Plasma Combis. One has a Reaper autocannon. And his best friend, the Lord of Skulls, right there. And then we have 3 units of Berserkers. 2 units of Berserkers have a champion with an Axe of Khorne, 2 plasma pistols, and a few chain axes in there, plus a melt bomb for the champion. And they are in a Land Raider. And then we have another 8 Khorne Berserkers who are less well endowed. Don't have the.
What are you trying to say about that?
That's meant to be a joke.
Well, they're not
You're
going
supposed to laugh. Or if you do, go in the middle of it.
So I don't think they're going to be very happy about that. Not being very well endowed. But there happen to be a rhino, so maybe people won't see. So just a little disclaimer, Zuffa, he isn't actually a HQ for the Daemonkin. He's normally just a HQ for just normal chaos, but we do play him as a HQ for Daemonkin because it just makes sense, because he's clearly dedicated to Khorne, hence the big symbol above his head. So that's fine with me, so we're happy with that. So both sides have set up now. The Khorne Daemonkin set up first. Not a lot to set up, so it didn't take that long. We've got a Land Raider with Berserkers in, holding or looking to hold this objective very soon, so we're right in front of them. The other one holding that objective in front of the Honoured Imperium. The lot of skulls on the hill, we're getting very close to the deployment line, and just one rhino there, just on that deployment line as well, so healthy cover saves for these two, since all of the line of sight is pretty much blocked by this large structure. So with the Dark Angels counter deployment, we've put a tactical squad in this building here. It's basically fanned out all the way down to the bottom to get that objective there. Hopefully we can hold that for the foreseeable future. The 2 Knights have set up now. The Errant with the hand kit abilities set up, ready to intercept the Lord of Skulls if needs be. The Crusader, he's getting some cover saves because it's a knight, so we're just trying to benefit from that. He's got some long shots on the Land Raider. Don't expect much from that, it's just about keeping safe for as long as we can. And we've got the Assault Squad in the Razorback just there. 5-man team with a las cannon in the crater. And the Deathwing, Chaplain and Company Commander are in the Land Raider, ready for a quick response. So all the objectives are in this end of the table, surrounding the complex there. So it's going to be a big old bust up around that building, which it's going to look good, because that's the type of building you'll be wanting to fight over. Dark Angels in reserve. We've got a scout squad there coming in from our flank. I've got a Rhino just coming in from reserve. Drop pod. They've combat squad as well, so they've broken up. And we've got a Devastator squad in reserve as well. And the Daemonkin have chosen to deep strike the Terminators in, I think. Is that all?
With Lord Zuffa?
With Zuffa attached. So they've got combi plasmas, so they'll be coming down, looking to give the Dark Angels hell, I think. So Khorne Daemonkin have the first turn, unless the Dark Angels with the special Deathwing dice can steal the initiative. It's a 4. So Khorne Daemonkin, turn 1. So Khorne's moving phase, the Land Raiders have just shifted around to get better positions. Only one las cannon can get a sight on the Imperial Knight inside the structure there, just in front. This Land Raider has feeling the same. The Lord of Skulls, he's pulled right up to the window to say hello. Just popped his head over, and there's going to be some unimpeded shots on the Imperial Knight there. And this Rhino just came down, dropped off some berserkers. He's going to try and get in there as soon as possible. He's going to get through a hail of gunfire there. I think he's trying to entice out the Dark Angels Terminators, ready for a counter strike with those deep striking combi plasma Terminators. But I think the Dark Angels are onto him for that one. So it's on to Khorne shooting phase. It is night, so we'll see if that helps the Dark Angels. So a lot of skulls firing the Flamestorm template at the Knight, and it's a 1, so that's no good. Survives that one, but he has got 12 shots from his Ghorstorm Hades Gatling cannon. It's strength 8, hitting on 4s. The ion shields are on the front, so it is going to be the invulnerable 4. So what have you got there then? So that looks like 7. He's strength 8, so needing 5s to glance as 1 pen. That's not going to matter to the Knight because he's a gargantuan creature, gargantuan vehicle. And he takes a hull point, so there's 1 hull point. There's 2 last cannons firing in at him now. Going to do those both together.
Yeah.
So twin linked. So just 1 hit, so reroll. So just 1 hit, so strength 9, needing a 5, that's a pen. 7 on a 3 because it's Knight. And it's failed again, so the damage is 4, nothing to make him blow up, but there's 2 glances on the Knight already. It's not a good start for the Dark Angels. So the drop pod lands and the combat squads get out. One of them chooses to go this way, just rolls a 2 to get through the building, and the important squad, the melter ones, they get round the corner, denying the cover save to the Land Raider, so they're going to hope for some good shots on there. And on this side of the board, anyone who can is going to try and put as many hull points as we can on the Lord of Skulls. It's a dangerous thing to do because it gives him more attacks the more hull points he takes, but if we don't stop him, then it's curtains for everyone over here. The Imperial Knight is taking 2 hull points last turn, so he's going to just have to hold his ground and try and get through the next turn without dying. If he does explode, it's a lot of people around, but we're going to have to take the risk. So the combis on, or at least the 1 combi and a melter gun on the Land Raider, so hitting on 3s. So there's 1 hit, and the damage is no good. So that's disappointing.
Khorne breathes a sigh of relief.
That he does. On this side of the board, we're going to have a lot of shots going at the Lord of Skulls, so we're just going to sum that all up at once. So we've done the shooting phase now for the Dark Angels, so the melter guns just fail on the Land Raider, so that was disappointing for the Dark Angels. However, the combined firepower of everyone over here, 2 Knights, a few tactical squads and a Land Raider, all managed to put an astonishing 5 hull points on the Lord of Skulls, filling a lot of 4+ saves. So Khorne Daemonkin turn 2. The Berserkers have got out of the Land Raider to really cause the pain on this Dark Angel squad for failing their objective to try and take out that Land Raider. They're going to pay the ultimate price, and that's going to be First Blood, no doubt. I've got all the confidence that the Berserkers will take those out and no bother. The Lord of Skulls, on the other hand, he was right at the doorstep here. Tried to move through cover, only rolled a 3. You double it for a super heavy vehicle, only managed to go 6. Didn't want to take the risk of failing the charge and is just stuck behind the wall here. So he's going to have another turn of shooting before he gets into combat. And this Berserker squad, with that such a short charge, and the Lord of Skulls have decided that whatever their game on is off. So they're back into the Rhino. Put the cattle on.
Yeah, this is really, this failure to move very fast completely scuppered the Khorne attack, because he's on 5 hull points. That would have given him 5 extra attacks. Probably would have died in combat over there, but he would have taken a good tally, possibly exploded and killed
there's
extra Marines.
still time to do some good shooting, so it's not all lost. So let's see how Khorne's shooting phase gets on. So shooting, the Lord of Skulls is doing his Hades auto cannon, or the Gatling cannon, the Hades Gatling cannon. At the Knight, so he's needing 4s. He's activated the Demon Forge, and that is such a bad roll. There's only 3 hits in there, so he's needing 5s. And he gets a re-roll. It's a handful of 2s there. So there's 2 hull points, potentially. The Knight saves on 4s. So he saves one of them, so there's just an extra hull point for him. So we've got through that one with minimal damage. I expected him to go there. There was a lot of shots. Bad roll from the Lord of Skulls. So we've got the Land Raider in the back. He's going to fire 1 last cannon on full ballistic and 1 on snap. Oh, so there's 2 hits from the last cannons. So strength 9, needing 4s. There's a pen. This needs to be saved on 4, which he does. So still going strong, and that's all on the Imperial Knights. So we've made it through with just 1 hull point. The Lord of Skulls is looking very angry about that. So it's on to better things over here, where Khorne will surely be pleased. Shooting phase for Khorne is over. The Land Raider manages to kill a Marine with a las cannon, totally vaporizes him, and this Berserker unit just absolutely walks over the tactical squad that was here, and they survive the Dark Angel special Overwatch and even take 2 hits in the combat and they save all of it. So they did actually take a few hits, save them all, but of course the wall of attacks that Khorne come with is just too much to stand for the Dark Angels. So that is First Blood, with that unit destroyed, and it's the first blood tithe of the game for Khorne. So it's Dark Angel's turn 2. Let's get some reserves on. Dark Angel's turn 2, movement phase. All of the reserves come on, and they've all appeared on the far end of the board here. So the Devastators walk on 6 inches, just getting behind this wall. No significant shots off this turn with the plasma cannons, but we're looking to create a death trap for these Khorne Terminators coming in. Trying to think a turn ahead here. The Rhino comes screaming on, does a handbrake turn, and then the tacticals come out, trying to turn over these Khorne Berserkers here. There's a plasma gun in there, so that's going to be our primary weapon to try and take some of these down. The scouts also come on from our flank. They're going to come in here just to add some more weight of fire to this little this little ambush here. And on the other side of the board, the Knight Crusader. He's coming around the side of this building, just trying to eventually move into the centre of the board. He still has all of his guns trained on the Lord of Skulls. And the other Knight, he's just moved up more towards the Khorne lines, because when he explodes, we don't want him exploding amongst the Dark Angels lines. So it's going to be another rinse and repeat round over here of everyone who's anyone. Going to try and bring down that Khorne Lord of Skulls. Had a good turn last time. We were over halfway there to getting the job done, but he, at the end of the Khorne turn, got an It Will Not Die roll, so he's back up to 4 hull points. So got our work cut out for us on this side of the table. Dark Angel's shooting phase is concluded, so all of the reserves come on and complete the ambush on these berserkers. Just totally wipe those out. And not so good over here on the Lord of Skulls. Everyone who's anyone combines the fire all on the Lord of Skulls and only manage a hull point, so he's back to where he was. So we're going to have to suffer another turn from him, and I think that's going to be enough for him to get through and really start delivering the pain on the Dark Angels allies. So it's Khorne, turn 3 now. So the Khorne Terminators have passed the reserve roll, so they're coming in right here. Just going to film this because you never know, could go bad. Fingers crossed. Ooh, that is going the wrong way. He just made sure he's away from the... It's gone off. It's gone off the board. So yeah, and it's a roll to see what happens to them. It's a 4. That's ongoing reserve. So back in the reserve they go. That's the Imperial Knight breathes a sigh of relief because they were going to shoot him in the rear, so he's only got to cope with the usual firepower, which I don't think he's going to be able to, from the Lord of Skulls and the Land Raider. So it's a big let off for the Dark Angels in this sector. On movement, the Land Raiders pulled right back, trying to get as far away as possible. But he's going to still try and kill some snipers on the way back. The furthest Land Raider just turned around, looking to get some shots on the Crusader Knight. And in the main event, Khorne Lord of Skulls bursts through the wall. He's going to put some shots on the Razorback, I've been told, and the Flamer is going to try and get as much as it can. So the hammer is going to fall finally. Khorne's shooting phase has ended. Minimal damage on all fronts here. So we've got the Lord of Skulls. He's able to blow the twin-linked heavy bolter off the Razorback and stun it. And the people inside are still active. And he fails to get any results on the Land Raider and Knight. Bit more success between these two battling it out. The las cannon gets a hull point on this Knight Crusader. And on this front, the Land Raider puts some heavy bolter shots on, scouts go to ground and only take a casualty. So the main event is now the conflict between these two big lads. So we're going to get this one sorted out now. So he's charging in, there's no need to roll, it's just an inch. So they're in. The Imperial Knight has a better initiative, so he goes first. He's got 3 attacks. And he's hitting on 4s. So he's hit with 2. These are destroyer hits. So there's a 1. So there's a 3. And he's got a demon save of 5. And he gets it on a 5. That's just...
On 6.
So the knight is gone. So you're going to do all of these attacks.
Okay, so he has got 4 attacks normally. He's got 2 for rage.
So it's 6, and then he's got another 5.
Another 5 down there.
Yeah.
So these 4s. Cocked.
There's enough hits just to rattle. So need a sea of 1s here to save him. And no, so he totally explodes. What kind of explosion? It's a 6. It's a nasty explosion, so we might get another D hit on the Lord of Skulls here. So where's he going to scatter? Forward into the skull, Lord of Skulls. 6 inches, so we'll get this resolved and come back. The knight scatters just on the far exhaust of the Lord of Skulls. We'll roll for the damage on it. It is a D hit. And we'll roll a 6, so he's totally destroyed. There's nobody around really to suffer any damage from the original blast. But then he is going to scatter. See if he scatters anywhere near that rhino.
Yeah.
No, dead center. So he goes down silently. Dark Angel's turn 3 now. Feels like the ball is in their court after the Lord of Skulls goes down. We've lost a knight, but we're still strong. And the tactical squad over here has moved up. The sergeant's got a melter bomb that he plans to just put down the exhaust of this Land Raider. Try and really crush the Khorne resistance on this side of the board. The tactical squad in the building, they're just shuffling up. Devastator squad staying put. Imperial Knight is looking to come up the board. We're going to have to get in a tangle with this Land Raider. He's got a good cover save there, I think. And hopefully we can get on that objective later in the game. And the Land Raider has now finally got license to move out. We're going to try and push the issue on this side of the board as well. So a bit of a pincer movement. All we've got to look out for is these Terminators coming down. So for the shooting phase, the Imperial Knight has fired the Gatling cannon at the Land Raider, able to take off the sponson on the side, so there's a hull point there, more than I thought we would get. And the Deathwing Land Raider's got a view through the door at that rhino, so the assault cannon hitting on 3s. It's turn length. 4 hits, needing... Aha, so there's a glance and a pen, so 7 of 4s here, so both go through, and so the pen damage is a 3, so it's shaken, and it's on its last hull point. We'll do the multi-melter as well from the top, so that is a hit, and it goes through on a 5, 7 on a 4, that goes through as well, and damage, so 3 goes up by 2, so that goes to 5, so that is a wrecked vehicle. So the Berserkers pilot the rhino, on this side. They can't get a charge. They do have a melter bomb. We're looking to charge the Land Raider most likely on the next turn, but they're going to have to wait because you can't assault from when a Rhino explodes. So they're going to have to linger for another turn, possibly take fire from the Knight. And on this side, the Tacticals with the melter bomb have only rolled a 3 and failed the charge on the Land Raider, so that's going to put up another turn of resistance. And it's on to Daemonkin's next turn. So they took a few casualties and a few hits on the firepower here in this turn. However, there's a few blood tithe cards now in the bank, so maybe Khorne can get some demons in and fill out the ranks again. So the Skull Takers unit are back, hopefully, so they're going to deep strike in right in the Dark Angel backfield here. So it should be a safe deep strike, so we're going to find out just where they land now. Oh, it's another wild scatter. So that's a 9-inch scatter towards me. We'll evaluate this and we'll come back. I think there should be Zuffa and his hard luck squad. They scattered back right into the corner of the board. He must really like cutting it fine. So because of the big scatter, only a few of them are going to be in right of fire range of the Dark Angels. So it's not been the best game for scattering and saving for the Khorne Daemonkin, but this is what happens when you play an elite army. Sometimes if things go wrong, it can be catastrophic. But he's still not off the board, still going to have some plasma shots coming out, so they're not ineffective, and that is a victory point if the game ends in the forthcoming turns, because that is line breaker as well, so it's not all bad. And there's some demons coming in, going to be 8 blood letters on the blood tithe chart, so they're going to come in within 12 of the Khorne unit. So the unit of demons is elected to come in here within 12 of Zuffa and his mates, so they're coming in right there. No, that's another big scatter. That's a 10-inch scatter. See where these go now. The Khorne blood letters that were going to arrive here have managed to scatter 10 inches around the corner, so right in amongst the Dark Angels. That could be good, it could be bad for them. We'll have to see how it goes for them, but they're right in amongst all of the bolters. So their days could be numbered in the next turn, so it's all up to how much Zuffa and his mates can strip away with the plasma guns. So the Khorne Daemonkin movement phase, the bloodletters have moved out, they've ran, try to get as far as they can, and it's on to firing because that's all that ran. The Land Raider moved back, just trying his best to get away from the melter bomb. He's moved to full 12, yeah? Yep, so he's gone right back trying to get on this objective here and fire as he goes. So it's on the shooting phase for Khorne. So Khorne has finished their shooting phase. Zuffa and his Terminator squad come in with a vengeance and take away 4 Marines in that crater that went to ground and still couldn't get the save, so he's finally turned up and done something good there. Over here, the Land Raiders snap fired at the scouts. They went to ground. No, they didn't go to ground. They just took the licks and took 1 wound and then fell back. So they're back here. And over here, this Razorback gets wrecked by a las cannon on the hill, and the Berserker squad fires on and kills 2 of them. So pretty fruitful round there for the Khorne Daemonkin. There's an extra blood tide in the hand for them. And it's on to Dark Angels turn 4 now, so how can they respond? Dark Angels movement phase is complete. The Land Raider, first of all, the Deathwing Terminators and the 2 characters get out, going to try and assault the Berserkers on that side of the wall. It then pivots to get some rapid fire and hurricane bolters on these newly formed Bloodletters. And the squad that was looking after this building all this time finally going to turn around and try and give Zuffa a taste of his own medicine. And in case the medicine tastes alright, we've got the Imperial Knight on hand to try and turn that in our favour again. The Devastator squads ran all the way this way, try and make an impact on the game somewhere, and the squad that was here has got back in the Rhino. The Rhino's turbo boosted right at the board, and the scouts have came around to get back on this objective. The drop pod is there also, but we just like to keep an insurance policy there just in case. And then the squad that was on the balcony have came down underneath just for backup. So it's on the shooting phase. I'm going to see if the Dark Angels can start to look like they're going to take these objectives, because at the moment no one's really holding that many, so we're going to have to start getting on them, Khorne and Dark Angels, because the game is now winding down. So the Imperial Knight is going to open up with the repeater battle cannon on Zuffa and his men, so we're putting it right on Zuffa's left shoulder. So the first one is going to be a direct hit on a 3. The second one's a direct hit. So there's 6 in there in total. So we've got 12 hits. We're going to do this twice, so on 2s. So there's 6, and again. So there's 11 wounds on Zuffa and his guys, so it's 7 on 2s. Strength 8, but Zuffa's Eternal Warrior, so he could easily hang on here. So 11 wounds.
So first 3 then?
Yep. Okay, so they pass.
Next 3.
There's 1 gone. Another 3.
2.
Or 2, sorry. There's 2 pass and
2 again.
there's another 1 gone.
No, last one.
Let's see, so there's 2 gone so far. And now it's onto the Gatling cannon. It's 12 shots. Hit on 3s. This does rend, so this has got a good chance. Killing some. 3s. Couple of misses. Nothing to worry about. Okay, now we're needing 6s to get somewhere. Aha, so there's 2 rends and 6 wounds, so let's do the wounds first, so
Wounds
6
first.
saves.
So 6 wounds, not beyond this terminator here.
Yep, so just one
So we'll do.
at a time, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
So he's still alive, he's alive, he's alive. Oh dear. Oh dear. There we go. It's always the last one. So now we've got 2 rends. These are on Zuffa. Are you doing lookout sirs?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm needing 2s on 2 dice. Oh, he's going to take them both.
Okay,
He's
so
got an invulnerable 5. He hasn't got 9 heal or something equivalent. So sit on 5s here. He takes a wound. I would say that's fairly lucky on his behalf there. So it's a wound, and then to add insult to injury, we've got 2 heavy stubbers. So some good wounds, good hits. Now some good wounds. There's 3. The 3 armor saves. Are going to do lookout sirs on Zuffa again.
Yeah.
So they all pass, and 7 on 2s. There's 1 dead, and that's a
Cock dice?
yeah, that was a cock. pass, right? So one's dead. The equidistant. Do you want to take? He's already fired his combi, hasn't he? So do you want to take him or
Combi.
the combi? Right. So some good damage there. We've still got the tactical squad to shoot at Zuffa. Right. So we've got a heavy bowler from the window here. Should be facing the wrong way. There we go. You might get a hit now. Well, he got a hit, so he wasn't wrong. 3s. There's a wound, so he didn't look out, sir. He fails to look out, sir. He's saving on a 2 now. There's another wound on Zuffa. He's got 1 left. And we've got 8 bolt guns to fire at him. Not in rapid fire range. But rolling like that should be enough. So just a couple of misses. So needing 4s now. Oh, dear me. There's 5 wounds. So 5 look out, sirs. Passes them all.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So you might as well just try and save all these on a 2 because it's going to be the same. Oh, so there's the Terminator dead. We need to pass these last one here, and he does. He's got 1 wound, but we've got a plasma gun to fire at him. The Hail Mary. Oh, so armor safe, and the plasma gun kills himself.
Hurrah!
Gets too excited, and that's the end of his dreams.
No, dear.
So he's still alive. 1 wound left. But what I do have, the Power of the Machine Spirit multi-melter at him from the Land Raider. So that's what we're going to do. Here we go. It's a hit. It's a wound. He needs to save on a 5 or he's no longer with us. And he gets it. Ah, he's got line breaker. For now, anyway. Actually, we've got the man in the crater. He went to ground. So he's going to open up with his snapfire on Zuffa, see if he can get revenge.
Close, but no cigar.
Alright then, so we're going to do the rest of the shooting on the army. It's not as nearly as exciting as that, I don't think, but this should be a bit of a pacing, so let's hope we get some good results there as well. So the Deathwing Terminators have made it into the charge. It wasn't a long charge, but enough to make you worry. So the combat is, well, everyone's in contact. The company master, he's issued a challenge. Warlord gets into action, does what he needs to do, because they've been able to get onto this objective here. So they're going to consolidate 3 inches, and then it's on to Khorne's turn. So it's Khorne Daemonkin's turn 5 here. Zuffa has been banished into the corner for being not so good this game, so he's in the corner. And the Land Raiders come off the hill, came flying down to get on this objective here. And this Land Raider is going to take some snap-firing shots at the squad inside here, because it's supporting the Bloodletters came down from another Blood Tithe shenanigans, came right down, going to look to cause trouble on this objective here. So we've got the Land Raider on the hill, 2 snap firing, las cannon. So no hits yet. No, snap firing heavy bowler. There's 1 I can see. Just the 1. No wounds, so getting off scot-free there. So it's on to
Zuffa's going to peg
Zuffa is going to try and fulfill his prophecy and kill this last one. So there's 2 hits. Big 4s. 1 wound. Can he hang on? Yes, he can. So he's still in the game. It's important because that's a blood tide point, and you just do not want to be giving up blood tides against Daemonkin, because they just get reinforcements in and land them on the objectives. It can be a bit of a pain. So it's on to Dark Angel's turn now. Okay, it's Dark Angel's turn 5. So we're going to bring the curtain down on Zuffa. So we'll just start with the Land Raider. It's got the assault cannon. So there's 3 hits, leading 2s. So there's 3 wounds, no range. Saves them all. We've got the multi-melter, power the machine through. It's a hit. It's no wound. We've got the storm bolt, the hurricane bolters, snapfire. No hit. Try again. There's 3 hits, so 4's to wound. There's no wound. I've got a heavy bolter in the top. There's 3 hits. He's on form today. 1 wound. Spoke too soon. And he's still alive. Now we've got 8 bolter shots. This should be it. Dare we say? Come on. 3 hits, 4's, 2 wounds. He's still hanging in. And then we've got the revenge of the single bolter. Here we go, this is it, I can feel it. It's a hit. Oh, he hangs on. Right, and in more impressive matters, we're going to fire the Knight into the Land Raider, and the Devastator squad hopefully can take out the contents. And we've got all of these Dark Angels going to look to eradicate all of the presence of Khorne on this barrel, or objectives I should say. So that is the end of the Dark Angels turn. We're able to completely eradicate the Bloodletter squad here, and the Rhino moves up onto this objective. Because it's got objective secured thanks to the Demi company, it's stolen that barrel, or objective rather, off the Land Raider. The Imperial Knight fails his charge and only manages to get 2 glances on the Land Raider, so that still holds that objective there. And Zuffa still lives, as we know. So we rolled for the game to continue, and it ended. So we've calculated the points already, and it's 13-5 to Dark Angels. We've got this objective here on this corner with the command. We've still got this one where this tactical squad is in this building, and we weren't able to achieve that one. As we said, the Land Raider stole that one. We nipped in on this one at the end, and we held this one all the way through the game. There was both sides got line breaker. Zuffa did a job and stayed in the corner and survived. The Rhino and the command squad and the assault squad definitely securing line breaker for the Dark Angels as well. So there we go. There's 13-5. Bit of a brutal game for Daemonkin not getting those Terminators in such a small numbered unit army, because there was only 6 units I think, and they needed to be on to make a difference. And then just disappearing in the warp for 2 turns, that's hard to bear. But that's the risk you take. It's high risk. But it just wasn't there for them today. But Dark Angels, that Demi company, any Space Marine Demi company, it's just so tactically sound. So it's been a good game, and I hope you enjoyed it.